What's going on, YouTube? Maverick Gunner Justin back here with the episode 4 of my P5G series, my Pokemon 5th Gen set list. Today we are doing the first Sinnoh Pokemon of the P5G series. It's going to be Tangrowth. Very good wall. He's currently in UU in the 4th Gen tiers on Smogon. He's really good. He's pure grass type, which is grass type itself isn't really that great, so adding other things to it usually just hinders it more. So the fact that he's pure grass gives him a little bit of an advantage. He is really bulky. The main purpose of using Tangrowth in the 4th Gen was to be a physical wall. I think he's got something like 110 or 120 with like 100 HP. I don't know. It's something crazy. It's really bulky. It's got decent special defense, but not anything to really... Not anything special. So, yep, in 5th Gen, he's still serving as the same purpose, but like all the other Pokemon so far in the P5G series, we're focusing on what is different. Even though he's still going to be used as a defensive wall type of stally Pokemon, he does get one really nice boost, which is, like most Pokemon, the abilities for Dream World. And he gets a new ability. It's actually not a 4th Gen ability that he could learn now as where he couldn't before like the other ones. This one is actually a brand new ability called Regenerator. Basically what it does is every time you switch out, you will heal 1/3 of your max HP back. So when you come back in, you'll have an extra third. You have a big, nice chunk back in. So if somebody's taking you down a bunch and you don't have... a healing move, all you gotta do is switch out, switch back in, and you'll have your health back. So it's really nice, especially because he's a grass type, so he can Leech Seed and stuff like that. He can really rack up the damage as well as keep his own HP at a nice usable amount. Alright, the EVs on this guy, it's pretty standard. It's max HP, max defense, and then... toss the other 6 into his special defense, and it really makes him a nice wall. He can take hits very well, especially if you pair him up with somebody like, if you have a Heat Train on your team, expecting somebody to Earthquake, he's a very nice switch out. He can take Earthquakes all day long. And as far as the nature goes, it's going to be Bold, which is... kind of different. Most people would usually use a if they do any physical attacks on a Tangrowth, they usually go with the Power Whip because it's got such massive damage. But this one's actually going to have you can do physical, but for me, I prefer the special because I do have Giga Drain, which has increased power to up to 75 this generation, so it really does a lot more damage than before. So I'm going to go with Bold, which is up defense, lowered attack nature. As far as the moves go, there are quite a few moves that he can learn. This one is a defensive poke, so it's a little bit different. I know a lot of people like to run like a chlorophyll tanker type, but this is actually going to be a bulky set. It's more of a team support type of thing. So the first one is going to be Knockoff. You really want this on this set, no matter what, simply because if you are going to be racking up damage, you don't want them to have... any extra leftovers recovery or things like that. So getting that knockoff, or if you have choice people, you can knock off their choice item and really kind of cripple them that way. Yeah, and then Leech Seed is another staple in this because you're going to be getting a lot of HP back depending on who you seed, and coupled with knockoff, you really are going to be able to get a lot more back and do a lot of damage to your opponent, which is the main purpose of a stall Pokemon, is to damage your opponent. The third spot is going to be, I put Protect on mine just because it's nice to get that extra damage. And if you... I do not put Toxic on mine. You can, obviously, but I don't. I have the Giga Drain in my last spot, but if you have somebody that's poisoned from somebody else on your team, Toxic Spikes is really nice to help with this guy, as well as Stealth Rock always comes in handy. So Protect really gets some extra damage done, and it can make a really good stall. You can also go with Synthesis here if you do want to put him on a Sunny Day team or just have a nice bit of health. And you can also go with the Rest, either by itself and coupled with a Heal Beller, or just if you still would prefer, like I said, if you want to put this on a sunny day and you don't want to go with the synthesis, another really good option on a sunny day team is because he does also still have the ability Leaf Guard, and when you use rest, it will heal you the turn you use rest. So it's basically like a free turn. The Leaf Guard will heal your sleep, and you'll get all your HP back in that one turn. It's very nice. It's just, your preference, with whatever your team is needing, or wherever you want to put this Tangrowth. The last spot, I do go with the Stab Giga Drain, because it's really nice. It kind of throws people off guard if they see Leech Seed, Protect, knockoff, stuff like that. Usually they're going to expect either a substitute or toxic, maybe rest, something else. They might not expect the Giga Drain, so it might throw them off guard that way. Get me some extra health back just in case somebody does crit me or comes out with a special or whatever. It's just nice to have a move like that, and also you're not taunt bait, because yes, knockoff does damage, but it does like 0.2%, so it's not going to do anything. Substitute's a really nice spot here as well. Do the old sub Leech Seed, and then you also have Protect, which is really nice, and if you're knocking off people's leftovers, you're going to take people out in a real big hurry. Toxic is also a really nice spot right there, because then you can poison people and really rack up the damage, spread status throughout someone's entire team, and it really makes it quite annoying, especially because he can take physical hits all day long. And as far as the items go, the main one, I think almost everybody usually runs is Leftovers. That's what I run. It's just nice to get that Leech Seed and Leftovers every time you're protecting, or if you're hiding behind a sub. It's really nice to have the extra recovery, because with Leech Seed and Leftovers, you're going to heal back almost all of your substitute damage in one turn. So yeah, you could also go with the Big Root. It's a very nice. I've actually used that a few times, because on mine, I actually use it as like almost like a Leech Seed passer type thing, if that makes sense. I just switch in, leech somebody, maybe knock off their items, and protect for a turn or something, see what they're going to do, if they're going to switch back out, so I can leech seed the next person. But then basically I switch into one of my sweepers or one of my other walls, or whoever I have on my team in there, that just pass the leech seed off, so the Big Root can help, because it will actually double the amount that Leech Seed drains from your opponent, as well as what you are healed back. The Rocky Helmet's very nice, especially because he is a physical wall. So you can, and what it does, it's a new item this generation, 5th gen item. So what it does is every time you take a physical hit that makes contact. So if you use Earthquake, obviously it doesn't make contact, whereas like Ice Punch actually makes contact with your opponent. So if you hit somebody with physical contact on somebody with Rocky Helmet, it would work just like if they had Rough Skin or Ferrothorn's new ability, Iron Barbs. It'll damage them. I think it's like 10% or something every time you make contact. So that's very nice. Get some extra damage on people. This is new. You might not be used to seeing it. Normally, I just in the past 3 videos, I've just said, yep, their Dream World ability, and go with that. But on this one, you actually can use either one, are still gonna do just as good. I personally do go with the Regenerator, because this is for 5th gen stuff, but Leaf Guard can do you just as well with the whole rest thing. He makes a very good physical wall on any sunny day team, or even if you don't have a sunny day team. The chances of running into one are pretty high nowadays. Weather teams are all over the place, so just having Leaf Guard on him to benefit from that actually could do you some good, even if you're not running Sun yourself. So, but like I said, Regenerator is the one that I pick. It's the one where the set is used for the most, because you switch in, set up your Leech Seed, knock off, maybe protect a turn, Toxic, Giga Drain, do whatever you got to do, and then you're going to switch right back out, pass off the Leech Seed to somebody else, and when you do switch out, if you did take any damage from entry hazards or an attack that you didn't see coming or whatever, you will gain back 1/3 of your max HP. So the next time you switch your Tangrowth in, all that HP is going to be right back. So it makes it really nice. You switch in, sponge out a hit, set up the Leech Seed, knock off their leftovers or whatever they're holding, switch back out, and then later on, if you need to come back in and sponge another hit, he's good to go. It's a really, really nice ability. It makes a really annoying wall, somebody that you really have to predict around to get it, and it makes a really nice addition to anybody's team. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this 4th episode, the Sinnoh Pokemon of this week. Well, not this week. I've done like 3 Pokemon this week. But yeah, within the next couple days, I'm going to have a couple things coming up. I'm going to have 1 or 2 new base covers for those of you who watch that as well. I'm going to do a Stone Sour cover, and I'm looking at a couple other ones that I could do. I'm not really sure yet. I will have a couple of Pokemon battles, 5th gen. I'm finally starting to come back to do some more Pokemon battles of my own. So yeah, go check those out for my 4th gen. I'm going to be starting 5th gen real soon. As well as the Unova Pokemon is right coming up next, the next episode. I'm either going to do Ferrothorn or Volcarona, so let me know what you guys think about that. I love to hear back from you. Comment, hit the little like, that little thumbs up helps me a lot. I really appreciate it. And check out my other videos, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Peace, guys. Never